So sort of obviously just want to look back, if we can, just about how the past couple of months, obviously now with the ownership and everything being ratified and the full first team squad being available and all that. How's it been for yourself amongst everything? I know obviously you've spoken to Paul throughout it, but for yourself, how's it been?
It's been a bit of a roller coaster, to be honest. Obviously trying to do things behind the scenes to get the club to where it is now. It's been a process. So that's about it. It's just been a roller coaster. We're glad it's over the line and everything's been done.
Yeah, I mean, I know that last week, so when Paul spoke to us last week, he was sort of saying that, the players kind of mentally are all over the place. Obviously before it was, confirmed that they could play a full team squad. So how have you sort of been keeping, the players up throughout all of this?
They've been great. They've been solid. They trusted in the words of Rolls and the things he delivered to the group, and they stood strong. I think they've been awesome. Obviously, a lot of mental goes through not knowing if you're playing or not, preparing as if you are playing, giving the thumbs up or not until probably captain's run. All that sort of stuff plays in your head and how you prepare, and obviously the weeks before that with a bit of uncertainty as well. So full credit goes to the boys and their families. Obviously they're not the only ones that are going through all of it as well. So they've been awesome.
Do you think it's brought them closer together, maybe?
I think our group's tight. I think our group's really good. So there's nothing changed. I think a few questions here and there, but they still stuck solid by our words, by the coaching staff, by the club, and the things we were trying to feed them, the information that we knew. So we just took it day by day, and like I said, full credit to them and their families and how they battled through.
Yeah, they battled through, and I guess now it is really this week, I suppose, the first full week where that everything is done and sorted and all that in time for KR on Thursday night.
Yeah, definitely. The boys prepare well every week, no matter who's playing, who's not playing. If we are, if we're not, they're a real professional team. If you spend a day or a week with us, you'll see it. It's real evident. They coach themselves at sometimes, and they look after themselves away from the pitch. So they're a really good team.
When you sort of say they kind of coach themselves, what kind of things do they do then? Is it sort of they obviously are able to look after themselves without necessarily having you or Kurt or Paul sort of tell them exactly what to do?
I probably said the wrong words, coach themselves. They know how to manage themselves a lot better than us trying to babysit them or telling them what they should and shouldn't be doing. They're full-time professionals on and off the pitch. Like I said, they're a good bunch, and we're grateful for them and how they've trusted us and the words that Rolls has given them in the last few weeks leading up to now.
And obviously the position that you were in with that opening rounds as Saints, and then obviously the defeat to Leeds on Saturday, I guess now you really want the season to kind of kick-start now, don't you? Is it almost like the season starts now in a way?
Yeah, for us it started last week, but I think, like you said, having that full week of preparation. I say full week, we've only got one session this week. It's a short turnaround. But for us to know that the team we name at the start of the week, that's the team that's playing. It makes a big difference, especially for the boys preparing to play. So it's good.
Are there? I mean, how do you and how do the guys feel about the fact that you are already 2 defeats down into obviously the season in terms of the position that you find yourselves in? Things that are out of your hands. I mean, are the team players frustrated by it?
A little frustrated, but most of those things are out of our control. Obviously, our performance last week was something that we didn't want. Preparation-wise was a bit different to normal, like we said earlier. But I think for us as a whole, this week's main focus is about us and what we need to bring. We know our standards need to be a lot better than how we performed last week, and that's our main goal for this week.
Well, last week was that, I don't know, I mean, obviously Leeds were very good, but was there a little bit of rustiness or, obviously playing together for the first time competitively?
Yeah, you could say that was probably our last trial run. Playing together for the first, I think for full squad, our first game that we were able to play together. So I think that was a bit dusting off a few cobwebs, like you said, a bit rusty. But no excuse. Leeds played well, we didn't, and they deserved the win.
And it doesn't get any easier, does it? Trip to Craven Park on Thursday.
Yeah, no game's easy. I think every club's up their game this year. Watching the first few rounds, you can see a difference in every team, and obviously what Wakefield's brought from Championship to the team that they are now, they've even brought another level to their game as well. So there's no easy games, there never is, and probably none as easy as this week playing KR at their home. So it'll be a good test for us, and I know we're preparing well.
I mean, do your targets for the season change at all, or are they still, I guess, sort of finishing in that top 6?
Yeah, I think it's like everyone in the comp. You could ask anyone that what's your target, what your aim is to win. You want some silverware, so of course to be in the running for that, you want to be in the top 6. So yes, that's still our goal, like every team in the comp.
And I mean, for you, I guess the affiliation that you've had with, Salford's, was it tough for you as well personally over the past couple of months?
I wouldn't. Meaning tough? Tough in what way?
Just in terms of kind of like what the club has been going through, in with the uncertainty over whether it would have to tell players, all the stuff that happened a few months ago. I guess for you, sort of being heavily involved in it, how was it for you, basically?
I think me knowing a bit more than the players was a bit different for myself, but at the same time, knowing a bit more was adding a bit more stress and not knowing whether we had an answer for them and their families come the end of the road. But we are where we are now, and I'm grateful that everything panned out the way it did. Obviously, it was a tough few months for not only for the players but for the staff as well, office staff as well, everyone that's a part of the club. So I think everyone's just happy to have a big deep breath and time to relax and focus just on footy.
And now it's exciting, isn't it? Sort of in terms of everything's done, and the money, clear the debt, and now you can focus on the future.
Yeah, definitely. We're buzzing. We're buzzing that like I said, we're just focusing on our footy now. That's all that's on our minds, and trying to be up there to win the trophy. So I think it's just a bit easier on the road. It's being here, part of the club for a long time now. There's always outside noise that affects some people sometimes on the field. I think now that that's sort of wiped away, fresh start for the full club and everyone in and around it. It's only good things to come.
And I suppose that's the message to the fans at the moment, isn't it? Looking forward to good things to come.
Yeah, I think the fans have been awesome too. They've never backed down. It'll be great to see more, knowing that there is stability in the club. It would be great to see all the fans that we always see in the semi-finals. It would be good to see them during the season too.
Brilliant. Well, all the best, mate. Good luck on Thursday. I think that will do me. Thank you, mate.
Time, mate.
Hi, Krisnan. You all right?
Hey, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Yeah, just off the back of Saturday, how's the squad looking injury-wise?
I think everyone's looking good. It's only I'd say game one for us. So we're fresh sore bodies, short turnaround. So like I said, we've got a good enough team that they look after themselves off the field, and they're always doing the right things to help prepare them for the next game.
Yeah, and in terms of some of those like current injuries, like Joe Mellor, what sort of timeline have you got on him at the moment?
Joe's a bit of a freak, so we could say 10 weeks and he'll come back in 3. So I think Joe's progressing well. His recovery, like I said, all our players are professionals, so it could be any time.
Yeah, and obviously we saw Joe Shorrocks get banned. Does the club have any plan on contesting that ban or not?
I think they're in the process of doing that, or discussing whether they're going to contest it. So I think if it was me that was in that tackle, I don't know why I'd get done, like straight arm. I know there was an accident that come from it, but I don't think there was any ill intent, or I think he's just unlucky enough that he fell into Joe's arms on the way down, and Joe was obviously bracing himself for a tackle. So I don't think there was any malice in it, or I think if you watch the video properly, it's actually Jack Ormore who knocks him out because he headbutts him from the back. So
yeah, I was just going to ask about Jack Ormore. He left the field for HIA. Did he come back on or not? And if is he available for this week?
Yeah, he's available for this week. I think he come back on. I think that's where most of the damage was done. It was done from behind, not from in front. So I think people got to look at that video again, and you'll realise where Crofty actually sustained his injury.
Yeah, and just the last one. Obviously, we saw Paul King walk the match ball out. I think Paul Rowley spoke last week and on like how massive he's been for the club. Do you know what role he currently has? Obviously, because there's been a new CEO arrived. Does he just have an unattached role with the club, or is Paul taking some time away, perhaps?
At the moment, he's doing his own bit for now, unattached role for this current. Like if you ask me right now where he is, I wouldn't know where he is right now at this very second. But he's been awesome for the club. I know he's struggled in certain areas where he didn't really have too much help. He's done so much for the club, and since I've been here, he's been great to keep this club together and fight for every inch of this club in its best interest as best as he could.
Yeah, 100%. Best of luck on Thursday anyway, mate. Take care.
Cheers, thank you.